would go in there and then not come out for a long time, and then no one would go in there for a long time.
I got busy because I got busy. I was like on Instagram. Like,
wow, I missed all the fun. Anyway,
poop fun.
Hi guys, welcome to Insert.
I walk out and leave. It's just like, did you fall in? You're gonna come and train in somebody for you.
No, yeah, it was like I should go in there for a while, huh? Yes.
We have the unicorn in the house.
In the house. Thank you for joining us once again. You guys know how we do it here. You guys submitted questions in our previous video. Those went into the helm of reasoning to be answered by the people you see in front of you. I don't know where that was going.
These guys and guests.
It's guys and guests. And then it's customary for you to start us off. So would you
Yes.
do the honors?
Ladies first.
I kind of saw this, and then I went for it because I actually saw the question.
Oh, okay.
I think it's funny. Taylor Perry, what is the biggest troll weapon to use in airsoft?
The biggest troll weapon?
Yeah.
A pool noodle.
A pool?
As a melee weapon.
That was actually anyway. Yeah, pool noodle is pretty good. I didn't think about that.
I was
one.
going to take that to this ladies' game, but I couldn't find a pool noodle.
I think the snowball thing we were talking about earlier, a long time, last week was pretty funny.
The snowball thing is good, although yeah. Anyway, I think the biggest troll weapon for me is either like pink guns, or I know that Umbrella Armories makes these sleeper guns, which are like clear guns that actually shoot like super legit, like high rates of fire, far, all of that. So that way you can totally dominate people with guns that they are probably making fun of, which is cool. And then I also like to use my unicorn helmet with the thing on it, because if you get close enough to spear someone with a unicorn helmet, especially as a girl, that's pretty emasculating.
So what you're saying is that every time you play Airsoft, you're trolling people?
Yes. Except for actually in Milsim games, no, because I actually follow all the rules and you can't wear that stuff.
Yeah,
but
you were like super tacked out this past...
Yeah. Yeah,
weeks
at
ago.
Faded Giant. Yeah. So I actually play like legit Airsoft too, but for pickup games...
Troll.
Go full troll.
Yeah, I think it's funny because people take Airsoft a little too seriously sometimes.
I think some people need to be reminded of what they're doing. They're playing with a toy gun that shoots plastic PBs.
Yeah, I think they forget. So, yeah, I troll sometimes.
Nope.
Oh.
Are you the keeper of the questions?
I am the keeper of questions. Okay.
Are you the gatekeeper?
You guys didn't answer.
I am the keymaster.
I answered. He said,
Okay.
I said a snowball, and he said a
I
pool
said
noodle.
pool noodle.
Sorry.
I think pool noodle is awesome, though. Kevin Crawford asks, what does it take to host an op? Permits, cost, advertisements? Question marks on all that.
Actually, if you're really interested in kind of some of the things that go into it, the episode of Insert that we did with John Liu at the very end kind of goes into several of the steps you need to take. Insurance is a big one because
if you do a big game, if you can host a pickup game
at a local field,
at a local place, or you can get creative with how you can do it, but the most important thing is permission to use the property, waivers, and insurance of some kind,
and staff.
You
got to have people that can run the game.
And the staff can't play.
Yeah.
There's nothing more annoying to me than I've seen it happen so many times where people they're going to host an op, but they're also going to play, and the game suffers because of that. And then they're like, "Why does everybody hate the game?"
Because you didn't know what was going on.
Yes,
because you were on the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having embeds, but I think that,
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about hosting a game is you don't actually get to play, and so you're just watching the whole time. And I don't like watching.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, because you're I can do all the things I want to do, but then you don't actually get to do them.
But when we've done game stuff before, back with my friends, we wouldn't play. We would be game control. But the point is, we're hosting the game to make money, to get some money for ourselves, for a team something, or that's how we did it.
Yeah.
That's your reward, is you're getting money back.
So you should take it seriously.
Yes,
very seriously.
Exactly. If you want people to enjoy themselves, you have to be proactive in making sure they enjoy themselves, because they're a customer and a participant. Okay, Matt, your turn.
Okay. Oh my.
Oh, that's tiny.
Yeah, it's very small writing. Okay.
Oh, that's an original.
John Larson asks, how about revolver practicality? Lots of people say that revolvers are pointless with their low ammo capacity, while others say that the 6 shots are just enough. I think this would make for an interesting conversation. Your thoughts?
Springer pistol, the ultimate troll kill.
I think the people that say 6 rounds
String
are
revolver.
just enough are just people that think that they're like ultra awesome.
Well, okay, so
I don't know. Like, I feel like Jet is one of the people that would say that. I don't need more than 6 rounds. 6 people, 6 rounds. All I need.
okay, since
You can see him say that, right?
No, I totally do. Like, while he pulls it out, like, I don't need any. But, okay, so you were telling me the other day that you were doing a pistol-only match. How did that work when it was just revolvers? Because I know you were talking about just doing like almost like a shootout. And you were going revolver on revolver. How did that work out? And could you see that kind of game work better than maybe like a standard airsoft game with revolvers added in?
Yeah, we did that with Node at Forge Airsoft when we did one of the murder games.
Okay.
And that was when we all had 6 rounds.
Yeah.
So you could only use so many. So it does add some sort of element to it because you can't just be like... But...
I didn't know. I didn't know. Okay, anyway, go continue.
But, yeah, I think that's the only way that it actually works is if everyone's using revolvers. Otherwise, or if you're using a revolver, like those Dan Wessons can shoot super far.
If your revolver's
right?
your primary.
It's like, I got this.
You snipe with a revolver.
Yeah, just put a big old scope on it.
I'm going to bring that to the next Node game. I'm just kidding. People would hate me.
I don't know. I just think it's mostly, for me, I think it's a novelty, and it's
Yeah.
really fun. It's cool to do, like, Wild West shootouts.
Yes, yeah.
But other than that, I would be terrible with it. I'm not. I don't try to pretend that I'm ultra awesome. So I know I would be terrible with a revolver because it's 6 rounds, and usually
Pew,
there's,
pew, 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 pew. Oh,
usually
I hit
there's
him.
more than 6 people on the field.
Well, it's interesting because when we were filming the video with JC and we were talking about the pistols that we carry here and we were doing Fistful of BBs, we had that Wild West shootout in the back. We weren't actually shooting BBs at each other for the filming, but in order to replicate authenticity, we were counting our shots. And it amazed me how quickly 6 comes up. When you're in a firefight, like, you're literally 10 seconds in, like, oh, I got to reload now. And then you're fidgeting with that reloader. And then, and if you're trying to move at the same time and trying to jam those in, I don't know how many times we redid that take where I'm trying to jam the bullets in that carry the BBs with that speed loader thing. And it didn't work well. When I was trying to move. And so after trying to do that, had we actually been shooting at each other, I don't think any of the shots would have hit anybody. Like, they were all wild.
So they're really great if you're playing Cowboys and Indians.
Oh, yeah. They're fun as heck.
Awesome.
Your turn.
Okay.
That's a good question. Speaking of which, we need to have, like, a Wild West shootout. We
Yeah.
should.
I had one. It was fun.
So what we
Well, I
could
know,
do is
that's
we
what
could
I was-
Yeah, I should do it again.
reenact the OK Corral.
Yeah.
We'll have Jet be the bad guy.
Yes.
And we'll all shoot Jet.
But I really
Yes.
want to we got to get more of those lever actions.
Yeah, and shotguns.
Okay. Bravo 1, Charlie. Hey, insert. Do you work out with your gear?
No.
That would require me to work out.
No. I'd say I mean I'll throw weights in my bag when I go hiking. But other than that, no.
So when you wear real plates when you play a lot of times.
I wear
too,
my Warrior Trail plates, which are same weight as my real ballistic plates.
They're not
Yeah,
actually ballistic.
that's-
They're
that's
just...
They are not
hardcore,
ballistic.
though.
TSA agent who gave me crap at New Orleans. They
No.
are not ballistic.
Okay, but you kept calling them training armored plates. Like, you kept using the words armored plates.
I said they're non-ballistic. It says on the thing.
Right,
it's
I know,
non-ballistic.
I know.
It's just like it says training plate. It's just like
Yeah, but then you kept repeating the word that was triggering him.
no. He was just
trigger.
He was
Like, Jen and I were like,
trigger.
why does he keep saying that?
no
Stop
because
saying that.
he was training another person.
Oh.
So that's why he was so
had to be
strict about it.
hardcore.
Like this, he's like no exceptions, no exceptions. Even though I've traveled with them everywhere.
multiple times.
Yeah, so now I just figure out a way for them to go in my check bag and not go over 50 pounds, which is pretty hard, pretty challenging, but I've managed to do it. But I do not work out in it. So
I think it's a good
Airsoft is the
idea.
workout.
I think it's a good idea in theory because when you're playing and you're playing in all of your gear, you're like, oh, this is a lot of stuff that I'm running in. But you can't really run in all of your gear, at least definitely not in California. You can't be out on the streets running in a plate carrier without people being like,
you'll get
you
calls.
might be a person of interest.
Well, the thing is with like weighted, with like if you're wearing your gear, like you said, in California, you get some looks, especially if you had like mag pouches, especially if you had mags in those pouches.
Okay, well
Yeah.
that could be really dangerous. I mean, like I said, what I'll do is when I go hiking, I'll throw my 2 Warrior Trail things. I'll take them out of my vest, throw them in my backpack with some water and maybe another brick, and then the bag will be in my bag, so it just looks like I'm carrying a really heavy bag. And then people are like, "Why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "Because this hike is too easy if you don't."
Oh,
Well, no, because it's Glendale. Come on, it's
these hikes are way too easy. I'm way above this.
Oh, I was huffing and puffing when I was at the national park at. Then again, that was at 10,000 feet. But anyway,
In Hawaii.
Yeah, in Hawaii, in Maui. But Matt's just like,
How do you work out, Matt?
didn't you go to the gym once before?
What?
Did you?
Yeah, like one time.
I remember
said, "You
I
go,
saw
that's
someone.
good."
I saw someone at the gym in a plate carrier.
Oh, not me. Okay, so what I find is that stamina and endurance are far more useful to you in terms of exercising for airsoft than weight training is.
Yes.
Your body will get used to the weight that you're carrying. It's the gear that you go out in every time. You'll get used to that. What you do need to really build on is your endurance and stamina. And standard like jogging and endurance like training and things like that are going to be far more effective to you because you can stay moving longer without having to pause and take breaks and be out of breath.
Yeah. Hiking is your like best friend, basically.
Yeah, and you can do that with a backpack on, or don't, and just get used to running.
Weights.
Yeah,
Just do what George does.
a lot of the guys that were in road and or what is it, track and field. When I was
Message
in
Bill
high
Sim
school,
Junkie.
they
He'll
would
give you
all-
advice.
They would all do elevation training up in the mountains because the thinner air made your lungs stronger, and then when they'd come back down, they would be much more effective
Yeah.
at breathing.
By the way,
Yeah.
yeah. Hiking at 10,000 feet when
Right.
you've been living at sea level for the past 7 years.
Just running up hills is good for you.
Yeah.
Stairs. Oh, dude, after Faded Giant, like
And
five-story
actually, if you
building
live in a
sounds like
big
a good
city,
idea.
At the very beginning, yeah, it was like, yes, we're going to go run up there, and then we're going to run up all these stairs. So by the time we got to
Clear
the
some
top, I was
rooms.
like,
Yeah,
oh, man.
Honestly, here's one
We
thing I never
should've done
understood is
that.
people pay money to join a gym, right? And if they're not doing any type of weight training, gyms are kind of pointless for you. So, for example, you want just find a big parking garage in your city and just go up and down 4 or 5
That's really
times.
good
I guarantee you, by
exercise.
the first time, if you're running up, you'll be like,
Or go play more airsoft. That's perfect
yeah,
exercise.
airsoft's
Yeah.
a pretty good,
Play all the time.
Whose question was that?
That was
Now it's George.
fine.
All right, John Larson, what are your opinions on try shots, and have you ever tried
Get it?
shotgunning before? It just says try, but it'd be better if you said try shotting gunning before. I don't know. Sorry. So try shots, fun. I think try shots are fun if you have everybody on the same playing field. I think it's a lot of fun. Like if you're trying to use a try shot when everybody else is using 30 rounds a second AAGs, you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah.
But if everybody else is running try shots, it's hilariously
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Just like revolvers. If everybody's using revolvers, it's fun.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree. If everybody's using shotguns, and if you have a tri-shot, then you win. Sort of.
I think the tri-shot shotgun is far more appropriate than a single shot.
Yeah.
I think single shot shotguns, you might as well be using a sniper rifle with less range. Like, come on, it's a shotgun. It needs to have some burst fire.
Yeah.
And at least 3. Honestly, the 6s and more, even those new the
APS.
the APS ones are awesome, and that's where shotguns need to be. But really, shotguns are really only effective in like pistol matches.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It
I've seen
should
some
be.
really good shotgun operators, though.
That is
In
a good
full
point. It
games.
should be, because the whole purpose of the shotgun is to mimic a real shotgun, which goes
I
like
think
this,
what
and one
they're-
BB just does not,
Yeah, which is
unless it
why-
breaks.
One thing I think is really missing in airsoft, and I'm surprised no one there's a huge development in gas shotguns, which is cool, but the spring shotgun system is actually pretty good from like the tri shots from like
Right,
TSD or
right.
whatever. Why doesn't anyone just make a nice version of those that doesn't break?
Well, TM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Because it does a 3 and 6 until your
yeah,
6
but that's
breaks.
gas. It's not spring. That's gas. Yes.
Oh.
Or do they just not make it because there's not enough people that want to pay that much money for a shotgun that they probably will only
But
be able to use in
if you
certain
merge like the
circumstances?
GMP shotguns and you merged them with a TSD tri-shot shotgun, I think you'd have a really good shotgun that's not that expensive and it's not gas.
If the GMPs did tri-shot, that would be.
Yeah, they hopefully they will. Someday.
Just a thought, guys.
Matt.
Your turn.
Last question, Matt.
Last question.
Well, maybe one more. We'll see how it goes.
Here we go. Mr. I've Been Framed.
That sounds
Good name.
innocent.
Hey, Insert, do real-world firearm techniques like CAR and C-grips really work in the airsoft world? Or is most of it just for looks? Love the show and keep up the good work.
There's no recoil though. So.
Yeah. Isn't the whole purpose of that?
I really don't like the full C clamp. So
The C-grip?
the C clamp grip. I don't really like the C clamp in real shooting. I don't think the military guys do either.
Yeah, that's all I know is that really the whole purpose of those is to be able to control the recoil, and you don't really have recoil in airsoft unless when you're using gas guns, but it's still not the same as a real gun. It's
Yeah.
not even.
It's
It's
just-
honestly not even really close to a real gun, even a gas gun. It's cool, but it's still not really close. I think it's mainly just for training.
Yeah, if you're
Purposes
using
and-
if someone's probably using a C clamp, they're probably, I would hope, already used to it with their real gun, and maybe that's why they do that, because you wouldn't want to change your habits. But
Right.
other than that, I don't really see a use for it in airsoft, other than you're already used to it
Because you want to be operator.
because you want to be operator. All right, we'll do one more question. That was a short one.
Okay.
Last question.
Let's find a good one. I hope.
Good one.
They've all been good.
Good
They're
one.
all
They're
good.
all good questions.
Seasoned Curlies.
What?
That's his name.
Oh.
Dear Insert, what is the oddest upgrade you've done to your gun or any gun that you have owned in the past?
The
Oddest?
The oddest. The most weirdest, different.
Oddest?
I don't know. An upgrade?
an odd upgrade.
Would you do an odd upgrade? Because when I think of an odd upgrade, I
Okay.
feel like it wouldn't make sense.
Would you say, I'd say
technically.
servo pads are a little bit of an odd upgrade. Some people
Before
think,
they were mainstream? Yeah,
before,
okay.
sometimes some people wouldn't do it. Some now, after using one with servo pads, it is handy.
Mm-hmm.
It's less wear on your gearbox. The corrected
Mm-hmm.
AOE really helps. So maybe that's like an odd upgrade that a lot of people don't do, like unless you're a really good gun tech, which I had somebody else do it. I didn't do it.
I mean, I guess you could say that shaving piston and sector gear teeth was odd.
How about short stroking your
Well,
pistol?
that's
Yeah.
short stroke. Oh, short stroking your pistol.
Yeah.
That's odd.
It is odd. Not a lot of people do that.
I think it's well, okay. Double-edged sword. When your mag's empty, your slide doesn't lock back. So you better be counting shots, or else you're just dumping air on people. But with that said, because they're short-stroked, the cycle rate of the slide is faster. It resets faster. It enables you to pull the trigger faster. I short-stroke all of my pistols except my new DS, which I haven't done yet, which is going to be short-stroked.
I think
you're
that's,
gonna mess with the DS.
Yeah.
that's
Do I ever leave anything alone?
No, you don't. That's
That's why they all break.
That's why they all break. That is exactly why they all break.
But how about you? Any odd upgrades to your stuff?
No, I actually not really anything that I have is upgraded.
You had a really
It's,
cool upgrade to that Scorpion. It faded.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
The flashlight on the end.
Wait,
Flash.
you duct taped a?
No.
No, it's just a flashlight.
Yeah, I don't have anything upgraded. Most of my stuff is stock because I'm that cool.
I don't know why this brought up. So, have you ever played Doom 3 when it first came out? I know that was like a long time ago, but when Doom 3 first came out, you
never
played
video
it.
games.
Sorry.
I
All
played
right.
Duke Nukem.
Okay, no, but when Doom 3 first came out, the new one, well, not the new one, but you know what I mean. Like, I think I was in high school still, but the game was actually legitimately scary, especially if you like played it in the dark, and stuff like that. What I always got annoyed about that game though is you had a flashlight and you had a pistol, but you couldn't use it at the same time. You know how annoying that was? Like, why
Wait.
can't...
What
Come
was
on.
the purpose
It's
of
in
that?
Your other hand is just like here. Like,
And I was like,
if they switch
I
to a
was
third
like,
person, every time he goes to his pistol, he's like this.
me and my friends were always arguing with each other, like, why can't they just go find some duct tape?
Let me
It's
get
the
my
future. Like, why was the light not like
Pistol.
duct tape to it? Oh.
No, that's the rules. Because he's playing with his friends, so you can only use one hand at a time.
I really did have my light duct taped at Faded Giant.
See, that's
Did you really?
that's what I
Yeah,
just reminded
because
of.
it was.
Was it
whenever
duct
I
tape
would-
or electrical tape?
It was gaff tape.
Oh, gaff
Gaff
tape.
tape is awesome.
Yeah, because I was having a problem. If I like bump it on anything, sometimes it would fall off, and I've lost it a couple times and been lucky enough to get it back. So now I just tape it on every time.
If you don't, little pro tip for you guys. If you don't live in Southern California, gaff tape is pretty affordable. But if you live where they make movies, it's not so affordable. But gaff tape is some great stuff. It's a fabric-based adhesive tape, a lot like duct tape, but it's really easily
sticks to
rippable.
anything.
Sticks to everything, and it's easily camouflaged because it's a matte finish.
And it doesn't leave a lot of residue.
Yeah.
Also, I had that on my gun all weekend long, and I just took it off last night.
No issues.
A week later. And nothing. It was good. Gaff tape's cool.
All right, buy gaff tape, guys. And that will conclude Insert for the day.
Oh, yeah. So thank you for coming by again.
Thank you, Leah.
Thank you for having me.
Could have you
Guys
by
are
more
fun.
often. You get good answers for stuff.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. What is going on?
Better than any of us.
Thanks for joining us
Especially
once again
better
on the
than
That's
that
Around
guy.
Table. If you guys have any
That got that
future
operator
questions,
jet.
dump them in the helm of reasoning.
Way better than Jet.
And tune into our next video when George and I continue to talk over each other and make it really difficult for you to understand.
I am not too milsim.
I didn't say you were too milsim. It's too operant.
What are you wearing?
Don't question what I wear.